Yeah, see, I mean, I do not like this clean-shaven look. You see what I'm talking about? It's like, I have to do this for work sometimes, obviously give myself a haircut and get clean-shaven, especially when, like, the bosses are coming in and stuff like that. I just do not like this, and you see I'm trying to grow it out as fast as possible, and I still got a little bit of stubble left, and I just feel naked, without, like, some facial hair or something. But yeah, what's up guys? You know who it is, of course, and while the sun continuously fades in and out of the clouds, it's another foggy day. Remember I was just talking to you guys, like yesterday I think it was, about how foggy it was outside? Yeah, there's another massive summer fog bank. I'm sure you guys saw at the beginning of the video there, there was a helicopter, a Coast Guard helicopter out there doing some flight ops on the bay. And it wasn't as foggy at that specific time as it was throughout the day, but we've just been getting on and off fog banks, like literally, I mean, I can't remember the last time we had just a completely clear day. We've had all kinds of fog banks and storms and everything like that. It's been so cool. Out, but that's how it is. That's the norm around here, the weather in Maine. I know I like to get out and capture it on camera as much as I can, and I have in the past too. One of my first YouTube channels that I started out on, Story World, has got a lot of sky videos and adventure videos, and I still post. I posted a lot of videos of the fog banks and stuff over there, and sometimes I post on Twitter and stuff. The weather is just so amazing here. I love to film it. That's why I started that channel. Like half the reason I started that art and music channel, obviously for the art and music, but of course was to capture the weather in Maine too. I mean, you gotta we have one of the most bizarre weather systems here, and clouds and cool skies and just all kinds of fascinating nature going on here in this state, and I really wanted to capture it all on camera. And I haven't been out in a while to do that. I really haven't. I gotta get it back out there. I know I'm doing some scouting on Long Island. Hopefully I'll be able to do that Thursday. We'll do some scouting, and then I'll be back for some real filming, so I'm looking forward to that. In terms of something that was on my mind today, here is a really, really interesting topic to discuss, and that is YouTube, discussing YouTube, but entertainment versus employment. We're discussing that side of things today, because I think this needs a lot more attention, because there've been, especially with all of the advertisers pulling out of YouTube, over the last year or so, there've been a lot of people emerging now that are basically kind of attacking YouTubers and saying, like, look, it doesn't matter if the advertisers are pulling out, it doesn't matter if you guys are losing money, you guys are never supposed to make money in the first place. The YouTube was supposed to be a platform of entertainment. If you want to come on and make videos, that's fine, but nobody is asking you to be paid for this. And, I do agree with them from a certain point of view. I'll say that, because you kind of have to. You kind of have to, because they're right. YouTube did start out as an purely entertainment platform. It was completely your decision to come on and put together videos, whether they were high quality or low quality video or videos or what have you. It was your choice, and nobody was asking you to be paid for this, and nobody was paying you for this. It was purely entertainment. It was just entertainment. It was like an alternative to TV. That's what YouTube started out to be. That's what it's always been. That's what it is today. That's what it'll be in the future. But what happened is, the people who ran YouTube found out that they could start monetizing their videos, or let other people monetize their videos, and then they could make money off of doing this, just like any other business or any other corporation. And that's fine, I mean, that's how businesses work. That's how the world goes round, It's unfortunate, people's love of money makes the world go round, but since we're in this monetary system, like, that's the way it is. Businesses run on money. Money makes the world go round. So YouTube figured out that, hey, if we invite more people onto our platform to be content creators, and then we allow them to monetize their videos by putting ads on them, well, guess what? That's going to make us that's going to generate us billions and billions of dollars over time. Again, this is how a business starts. How can we generate the most amount of money for whatever we're doing? And as evil as money is, this is the process. This is how things are operated. You know what I'm saying? Now, why should why should YouTubers, under that kind of looking at things from that perspective, why should YouTubers be shunned for making money off of their creativity? Are we not paying actors and actresses millions of dollars for their entertainment? Are we not paying football players and other sports athletes millions of dollars for their entertainment, right? Stage actors, entertainers, musicians, pop stars, all kinds of artists, writers, right? People who write scripts, producers, directors, entertainers, right? We're paying them millions of dollars for the content that they're creating. Well, all YouTube is that on a smaller level. So when you have people coming, out and attacking other YouTubers, being like, oh, well, it doesn't matter, like, you guys shouldn't be getting paid anyway, why not? We're doing the same thing as everybody else is getting paid for, except we're doing it on a smaller level. The only difference is that YouTube is every man's platform, or every person's platform, right? Anyone can come onto YouTube and express their creativity, and yes, we should get paid for it. There's nothing wrong with getting paid for your imagination. You know what I'm saying? I mean, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, all the greatest directors and creators of all times. Name anyone, J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, right? They all get paid for their imaginations, their creative contributions to the world, and they should be, because part of the argument is, oh, well, you're not doing physical labor, so you shouldn't get paid. Again, it's like they don't have the same attitude about the people that are providing their entertainment. Why? Because they're talented. Because there are some people out there that don't do physical labor. There are people out there that are meant to be performers. They're meant to be creators, musicians and artists and actors and just creators, people who create things, and we come on film and we are presenters. There are some people in the world that are meant to be on camera, that are meant to be presenters, because the world will always have entertainment. Entertainment will always be one of the largest and most influential parts of the entire planet, and it's what keeps us sane. And think about wartime and stuff like that, right? When the country is in the middle of World War I and World War II, right? Like, we still had entertainment going on. Why? Because it keeps us sane. Well, and even during times of peace and not so troubling times, it's there, it exists as our gateway into fantasy. It's a very, very important thing to have in our world. Imagination, storytelling. Harrison Ford said this at Star Wars Celebration in 2017, this year, in April. He said that storytelling is a service occupation. And sometimes people don't appreciate people like George Lucas, who are visionaries. They don't understand what a gift it is to have vision and to actually bring stories. Because, guys, do you think that music, it just comes out of nowhere? You think that movies and script ideas and imagination just comes out of nowhere? Of course not. It comes out of people who want to share their gift with the world, and through gaining popularity and, yes, money from that, we can continue to share our gift with the world. We can let our imagination and our creativity support us, right? So when it comes to this argument of, YouTube entertainment versus employment, basically, well, it's both. And it's always going to be both. And I think that maybe, even though YouTube didn't start out that way, I think that's probably what the creators of YouTube had always intended YouTube to be, is that it would eventually blossom into this beautiful platform, or I should say, less than beautiful platform. It has developed into kind of a circus, but nonetheless, there are still brilliant creators. I mean, I would just, I'm just in there watching, Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic on Channel Awesome, one of my favorite channels of all times, right? time, the brilliance of that man, and existing in the circus that is YouTube, there is still brilliant material there, brilliant reviewers and creators, people like Doug Walker and Channel Awesome and all the people involved with that channel that put on their skits and review movies. And the Nostalgia Critic, man, he reviews some of my favorite movies and slams some of my favorite movies of all time. And I love just the genius of his imagination. That wouldn't exist. He wouldn't have that platform without YouTube, right? And why shouldn't Doug Walker be getting paid for all the stuff he does? And for that matter, why isn't everyone getting paid for what they do? Because everyone is being creative. I mean, granted, not everyone on YouTube is like the most creative mind ever, and yes, they're sitting there making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year sometimes, but you know what? At least the platform exists to support people, because there will always be really creative people on YouTube. Even though YouTube will probably always be filled with garbage until they fix their rules, if they ever do, in their guidelines and stuff like that. There'll always be garbage here, but there will also always be an equal amount of creative people. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's not worth shunning every person on YouTube just because some people may not be creative. YouTube is still there. It still exists for some people who are using it for good, and we shouldn't, give up on that. We should get behind the most important parts of YouTube and the people who are actually content creators, the people who are actually putting work into their channel. That is important, and that needs to carry on, and that's the best part of YouTube, and that is why it's employment. That's why it's employment, is because some people do physical labor all their lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. Every job is different, right? Some people do these kind of physical tasks, and they're actually there on the job site, and they're doing things, construction and building houses and carpentry and plumbing and stuff like that, very honorable and noble positions in the world. And then there are the people that they watch on TV every night when they go home, right? Every job is different. Everybody has their dynamics. Everybody has their own thing. Everybody is put on earth to do certain things. And that should only mean exploiting your talents. Whatever your talents are, you should be able to follow your dreams and do them. And that's what YouTube is about. In a lot of ways, YouTube is a dream maker. And what I'm doing right now is definitely part of my dream. I've got a Star Wars channel where I do news and theory, and I got a nice hearty little fan base there, and I'm doing great. And I got a movie review channel that's starting to gain more subscribers, every day. And then I got this vlog channel that's starting to gain more subscribers and a larger audience, and I've got people leaving comments and interacting, and it's great. But guess what? That wouldn't exist if YouTube wasn't here. And content creators wouldn't be able to generate the material that they continue to generate without monetizing their videos and without gaining some kind of funds from advertising and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that, because that's how entertainers out there in the world that you see on TV, that you see in your movies, that you see on your album covers, guess what? That's how they support themselves. Are they overpaid? Yes, of course they're overpaid. There's people on YouTube that are overpaid. There's people on YouTube that are underpaid. Right here, you know what I'm saying? But we're all doing just fine, because we're making enough money. As we gain subscribers, we'll make more money, we'll be able to support ourselves more, right? There's a certain level of humbleness on YouTube. There's a lot of small, low-level YouTubers that are just making a couple $100s a month, and they're completely happy with that. You know what I'm saying? I would be happy with a couple $100s myself a year. I'd be all set with that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be completely happy with that. So you see what I'm saying? It's like, we're not making millions of dollars here. We're not sucking money off of people. We basically have the equivalent of part-time jobs, except that we don't do physical labor. We do other forms of entertainment. So again, it's like, why shouldn't people be paid for that, right? The only difference is you're not watching me on TV, you're watching me on YouTube. Right? So YouTube, when it comes to entertainment versus employment, in my eyes, it's absolutely both, and why shouldn't it be? But of course, these are just my thoughts. Go ahead and leave all of your thoughts and opinions down below in the Great White Void. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys think I am completely crazy, or do you guys 100% agree with me on this, and you want to see YouTube continue to blossom into this amazing community of creators? So that's going to do it for my thoughts today, guys. Like I said, let me know what you guys think down below in the famous Great White Void. And I'll see you guys back for the next vlog, probably tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. So until next time we meet, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.